Welcome to 464 Studios, the homegrown, family-owned, one-stop shop where we bring you the nerd universe through toys. I'm James the Original.
I'm just the Encore. Today we are opening the King in Black and Venom. Today we're opening the Marvel's Knull and Venom 2-pack.
That's right. And yeah, so you had it right though. I mean, they call it the King in Black 2-pack. This is a Marvel Legends kick-out. I believe it was released August 27th of 2022, and on Hasbro Pulse it retails for $77.99. I'm excited to do this 2-pack. How about you?
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm correct, isn't Venom one of your favorite Marvel characters?
Yeah, one of.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so sweet. So today, what we're going to find out is, should you buy this 2-pack? We're going to answer all those questions. We're going to look at the paint app, the articulation, and just the badassery of this toy. And by the end of this, you will know what we think in that if you should buy it. But before we dive in, I just want to say thanks for joining. If you do like what we're doing here, right, they should
get bit by the bell.
Get bit by the bell. Go ahead, please subscribe and like what we're doing and share it, man. That'd really help us out.
Yes.
Oh, also check out our Instagram 464_studios, where we take pictures of our toys. Like, we try to pose them and do like badass stuff. We got dioramas. So be sure to check out our Instagram.
Yeah.
One last thing before we dive in, it's trivia time. Right, so go ahead and test your nerddom, test your comic book knowledge. Here's the question. After the cancellation of his first series, which comic did the Hulk make regular appearances in? Okay, so after they canceled his first series, what comic book did the Hulk make regular appearances in? If you know the answer, put it down in the comments, and at the end, we will, we'll let you know if you were right or wrong. So, test your skills.
Yes. Now let's go on to the review.
Ooh, slow down. Origin story, man. Let's talk about that origin, yeah.
So, the King in Black, before, the Celestials came and stuff, it was just all, darkness.
Space. He's older than the Celestials.
Yeah. And, so they came and,
he wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about it because they started, making things in, space and stuff.
Stepping on his toes, his kingdom.
Yeah, so they also threw him into the abyss since he chopped off a celestial head.
Well, slow down. So he was ticked off about this, and that's where he conjured up the All Black.
Yeah.
Or his sword, right? Well, you remember some of the other names for the All Black?
The Necro Sword?
The Necro Sword. I think there was one more. If you know that third nickname for that sword that Knull carried around, go ahead and put it in the comments. Help us out there.
Double trivia.
Yeah.
Double trivia.
Yeah, so he conjured up that sword. He's so OP, he cut off a Celestial's head. And, we're not going to do too much from there, though. He eventually births the symbiotes. Like, he's god of the Venom, Venom or all the other alien symbiotes, right? That we know is like Venom, Carnage. What are some other ones? Anti-Venom. Toxin. Yeah. If you know more, list them all in the comments. Alright, so that's Knull. King, god of the alien symbiotes, killer of Celestials, and just official,
Oh, I know
savage.
his last name.
Well, don't say it. Let him put it in the comments.
I know it though.
Okay, so what about the original origin story of Venom?
In the comics, Venom bonded with Peter Parker.
Ooh. Even before that. So Venom, as an alien symbiote, wasn't like all the other symbiote species in that he wanted to bond or keep his host alive, where like foundationally all the symbiotes want to just suck the life force out of their host. They want to eat them, suck them up, drain them of their adrenaline, until they die and they move on to the next host. Where they thought Venom was weird because he wanted to keep whatever host it was, so they trapped him on Battleworld in a machine, and then
Spider-Man went and like opened it, and then the Venom symbiote got on him.
Well, he didn't necessarily open it. I mean, they were on Battleworld for the Secret War series. His Spider-Man's costume was damaged, so he went to the machine to get something out of it, and what he got was the alien symbiote costume. So that's kind of how that came into play. And then, of course, the rest is history, Then eventually, later on, that's where that particular alien symbiote we now know as Venom mixes with Eddie Brock, and then that's one of the most popular Spider-Man villains of all time.
Yeah.
So the first appearance of Venom was in The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 299 in April of 1988, so kind of way back. And then the first full appearance of Knull was in Venom Volume 4, issue 3, August 2018. Right on. Cool.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go ahead and start unboxing this thing.
Yes.
Alright, so let's take a quick look at the box. Of course, we've got the digital render of what the action figures are supposed to look like there on the front. Of course, we've got these massive wings that we'll dive into later, and it's got a little bit of comic book art in the background there. Of course, it's the windowless packaging, which sucks. On this side here, we've got 2 more digital renders of what the action figures are supposed to be looking like. They look pretty cool there. And then on the other side, we've got some super awesome art, comic book art from for Knull and Venom. And then, of course, on the bottom, we've got some legal jargon, the Spider-Man art there that's coming on all of the 60th anniversary releases. And then on the top, naturally, it's the Spider-Man 60 Amazing Years to kind of talk about that. On the back, 2 more digital renders, and then we've got the accessories that are coming with this, the massive wings, the fist, the face, head, and the head. We got Knull's sword, a little bit of art in the background, and some more legal jargon on that. So, yeah, that's that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the figures themselves. Alright, so we have Knull and Venom. Statue pose, fresh out of the box, man. First impressions on the Paint app.
The Paint application looks good.
Yeah, really good. I mean, this is the same mold as the movie figure for Venom. With Knull, we got I think this is obviously a completely new mold here, but in terms of like the Paint application, I think it's really cool. Our copies look really good. The faces, the head mold, Venom's head mold. I mean, it all looks really dope to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think about the sculpting? What about all this? First impressions, man. What do you think?
Everything looks really good, and I like how the shoulder pads are not like a part of the body fully.
Oh, you're talking about on Knull?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So they kind of sit on top of his shoulders. When they move him around, it like moves with him and that kind of thing.
And what I don't like about Venom's sculpt is his feet makes it really hard to stand.
Yeah, not only that, honestly, I would have preferred kind of the more classic like foot, almost like Knull's, as opposed to having like the toes, like the old classic comic book Venom where it's almost like he's got a boot on. I think that would have been better with this, but I mean, other than that, all in all, Paint application sculpting, I think this is it's super dope for both of them.
Yeah, the head looks like a little lighter than the body on Paint. On Venom.
On Venom, okay, yeah, definitely. And this head that came with it, not my favorite head. We'll show you the accessory heads that I think are better here in just a sec. So yeah, you want to dive into the accessories?
Yeah.
All right, let's check it out.
And here we got accessories of Venom and Knull. Let's start with Knull. We have a serious Knull face. Looks angry. Very angry. They have No Face that is ready to take a picture.
Yeah, he's cheesing.
Right. And we have a Venom who is also ready to take a picture.
Now, this is my favorite Venom head. This might be my favorite Venom head sculpt of all time. Like, I think it looks super cool, man. It just makes me think of the comic books. He's cheesing super hard. I mean, that's Lethal Defender. Or, wait, Lethal Protector right there if I've ever seen him.
And then we have Venom getting ready to lick an ice cream.
Yeah, man, he's got that tongue out. I mean, that's a cool sculpt too, though. I mean, even the teeth are just a little bit off-white, a little bit yellow as compared to the eyes. But, I mean, that Venom head is dope.
Yeah. And now we have just like a no hand that can hold the sword.
Right. So he's got a sword-holding hand and kind of like more of an open-gripped hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
and then the two Venom fists.
Yeah, but there's only like one sword-holding hand and one of these hands, and that's all the and one of these hands. That's all the hands you get. Reaching for Cookie and holding something.
Yeah, man. So then we've got the two fists.
Yeah. And we have grabby grabbers. And then last of all, we got the sword.
Yeah, and that is the all black. I mean, I really like the paint job and the sculpt on that one. But that is not last of all. Officially last, but definitely not least, are these massive, and I am talking massive wings. What do you think of them?
They are so hard to put on.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, Dad had to put, like, flipping 300 pounds of force and it was still really hard.
Yeah, so off camera here, we spent a good little while of me just using all of the effort I could put into it. I thought I was going to break it. To get the pegs into his back holes, super, super, super hard. In fact, I almost don't even want to take them out. It was so hard to get in. But I mean, they came correct. I mean, the Hasbro really brought it. The wings look pretty good. I think the in terms of the sculpting, you know, there could have been a little more detail, like in the flaps on the red parts of the wings. Just as much texturing, actually texture. I think that's the right word for it. Just as much texture as we have in Venom, there ought to have been a little more texturing in the wings themselves, in my opinion.
Yeah, because if you look at Venom, like, he has like a bunch of like wrinkles and stuff in him, and you look at the black part of the wings, they're not as detailed, even though like they're the same part.
Yeah.
And there should be the same amount of detail.
Yep, that's my only gripe there. All right, man, let's check out them bendies.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Knull here. Let's take a look at his bendies. For the head movement, got it's pretty restricted going backwards. Then of course he can go, you know, left and right. Honestly, the hair, it restricts the head movement. For the shoulder, not a whole lot there. We can go forward and we can go backward. We can go all the way around. He's got he does have a bicep twist. We've got the pegless joints and they are double jointed there. And then of course at the wrist, we've got the disc joint, forward and backwards. In terms of his torso, we've got a hip twist. And we've got the hinging crunch there at the torso. Legs, his go out to the side, not super high. I mean, this isn't Spider-Man level articulation, forward and backwards, pretty tight. He's got a thigh swivel. The double, is this double jointed? Oh yeah, double jointed knee. And he can't really kick his butt there. He's got no calf twist. We can get a little side to side on the foot and the forward and backwards with no toe articulation. So that's Knull. Let's take a look at Venom.
So here we got articulation of Venom, and his head forward and backwards, swivel left to right, and his joints are double jointed in the elbows, and for the fists, it actually can't go that far forward and backwards with the hands. So maybe it's just the fists. But with the fists, it can't go that much forward and backwards. It might just be our copy, but with the grabbers, he can go much farther. And he has that ab crunch Dad likes. And there's that chest articulation up there too. And his calves can move. And double jointed knees. Can kick his booty. And for the feet, they can't really go left or right. They can go up and down a bit. And this one is just deciding it doesn't want to move. And that's pretty much all for articulation.
Okay, but before we moved on to the final thoughts, final pose, I just wanted to do a little bit of a comparison here. So we've got the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man in there, along with what is it? Is that a NECA Venom?
I
don't remember.
I don't know.
If you know what Venom we have there, standing next to our Hasbro Legends Venom, please let us know in the comments. I'm not sure, but that gives you a little bit of a comparison. I mean, these action figures are massive. I mean, Knull is he's probably the tallest one out of all of them.
Definitely.
The two Venoms are pretty comparable, and then of course compared to the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, I really like the size difference. Again, I think they just did that spot on. Looks great. But yeah, this is a comparison.
And I don't think that other Venom has double joints. It just has one joint.
Oh yeah, okay, you are correct. Yeah, you're right.
And
there.
the black is a little bit lighter,
Yeah.
which I don't like.
But he is freaking swole. Look at the upper body on that Venom on the left.
And he has the feet you like.
Yeah, he definitely. So those are the feet I would have liked to seen. But all right, so final thoughts, final pose. All right, man. Final thoughts, final pose. Best thing, worst thing.
Here, you go first. Maybe I can think of a best and worst.
Yeah,
later.
for sure. So the best thing for me are just the molds, the paint apps, just the look of these two. They just look really dope. They're massive. Everything to me in terms of appearance is cool. Whoa! And I would say the worst thing for me is how hard it is to get these guys to stand up. We just went ahead and ditched the little spinny plate because we couldn't keep them standing. So yeah, that's kind of a thing, I guess, kind of. But then the other thing that I didn't like was how incredibly difficult it was to get those wings into Venom's back. That's about all I got, man. Go ahead.
Mine's about the same. I like the sculpts and stuff, and I don't like the wings or how hard it is to stand.
Okay, so final verdict: must buy or pass buy?
Buy.
Must buy. This is a must buy for you. Okay, yeah.
Maybe not a must buy, but buy.
Yeah.
Extra change if you have the extra change.
Yeah.
But if you're like. If you don't, you're just working to get it. I think if you just have the extra change, you should.
Yeah,
Venom and stuff.
Yeah, that extra cheddar. I'd have to say I agree. To say must buy feels a little strong. Pass by, that also feels too strong. I don't think you should skip over this. I think if you're a collector, it's a must buy. You definitely want to add this. This is a good set to add to your collection. If you're just kind of casual about it, it's like Jay said, if you got extra cheddar, man, drop it on it. I think that's fair. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now back to the trivia question. After the cancellation of his first series, what comic did the Hulk make regular appearances in? Do you know the answer?
Avengers?
Ooh, that is a good guess. But no, that is not the answer. The answer is Tales to Astonish. Yeah, that's right. Tales to Astonish. Never heard of it until I found this trivia question. But if you got it right, Nerd Power over 9,000. Good for you. Good for you. Yes. Okay, so that's all we got for this video, folks.
what about that second question? Remember, what was their name for the sword?
The
Necrosword.
The Necrosword, the all black. I don't know because I didn't look it up.
It's the God Killer.
Oh, is it Killer or Slayer?
God Slayer.
God Slayer. Boom, boom, boom. Bonus trivia. If you got the answer to that, you really, really know your stuff. So we got the all black, the God Slayer, and Necrosword. Cool. All right. So thanks for joining, folks. I mean, what do they need to do, Jace?
They have to subscribe and like. And they also have to be bit by the bell.
Bit by the bell. So yeah, hit them notifications so you can see when we got new stuff coming out. Toy unboxings on Monday. Our journeys into the comic book world on Thursdays. Check out our Instagram 464_studios. Hey, that's all I got, man. You want to take us out?
464 Studios out.